Just because we're misfits and scumbags, we're not here to mess about. We still try and get results and stuff, so.
Yeah, so Llantwit is a really old town. Apparently it's the place in Wales that had the most dinosaurs. There's still a few dinosaurs around, but they're not the T-Rex kind. We spent a lot of our history in the lower leagues, but it's really been the last 10 years or so that it's really taken off here. And then we had the best achievement we've had so far, which was winning the Cymru South, which is the second tier of Welsh football. I have a tattoo of the trophy on my arm, so that shows, what it means to everyone. So we've had a lot of bizarre things happen in the past few years.
The weirdest thing that's happened since I've been here, I don't know, there's probably too many to mention.
Somebody came dressed as Mr. Blobby, that was weird.
So what basically happened then, they played Riscott, I think it was, in a friendly, and they decided to call it the Mr. Blobby Cup.
Yes, I'm at the home of Llantwit Major AFC, the Twits.
Timmy Mallet had tweeted a video himself coming down to the ground, taking a selfie in front of the windmill and singing Windmill Army.
Windmill Army! Windmill Army!
Yeah, this is pretty weird, yeah. I've seen a wrestler someone dressed up as a wrestler, walk around the pitch, a blue suit and a mask.
The celebrations we have when we win, and the flares and the fines.
Again, it kind of stuck with the misfits and scumbags of the Welsh League, and just being the smaller club within the leagues and just fighting and where we are now, it's just this quite a romantic story, if you like.
The connection with Boca Juniors came about with our Twitter admin, Ben.
I just thought, we're blue and yellow, I'm in charge of the kit, we're having a Boca Juniors kit.
Yeah, I think they might see themselves a little bit in us, not the other way around, of course.
I knew people were going to like them, but obviously it just blew everything out of the water that we could have imagined. Like at one stage, we'd sold more shirts than Cardiff City had. We sent thousands of them to Argentina.
A small club from Wales, of all places, there are people in Argentina playing with kit on. It's amazing.
This is Llantwit, and that's what we do, really, so.
I thought you were going to say we do what we want then.
Yeah, well, that as well.
The reason why everybody's involved here is because they love football. They don't have any financial gain. The acronym of the FENIX stands for Friendly, European, Non-Professional, Innovative and Xenian. It's important that we create a network of clubs that get along with each other, that come together, some sort of cultural exchange.
It was meant for us, really. I think it was in a weird way. Of course we were going to play in something like that. It's Llantwit. Why wouldn't we be playing things like that?
You'll struggle to find a weirder team or a weirder group, fans, committee in the best possible way. And then the stuff that the club stands for away from football, I think was the main reason that we got invited. The fascism march that went through Llantwit.
So we do house some Ukrainian refugees in our town on the site of a former school that's been abandoned for quite a few years. So this group, they're not based in Wales, they're based from elsewhere, and they'd obviously whipped it up as being something that it wasn't. I went to the other committee members and said, we need to do something about this, we're an important part of the community. So we released a statement, and we mainly released it just for the people of our town, to be honest. We didn't expect it to go much further than that. But it really blew up and we gained a lot of traction for it, a lot of visibility for what was going on. It was such a great feeling actually in the end, because there must have been 450, 500 people from Llantwit out opposing them. And I looked round and I saw most of our supporters were there. Our first team had a game that day, so unfortunately they weren't there, but all of our reserve players were there, our youth players.
Someone dressed in a giant Welsh cake, and I think there were other kind of things, trying to make light of a terrible situation, trying to show, how the people of Llantwit met violence and hatred with love and Welsh cakes, and showing that you don't have to fight violence and hatred with the same. You can show these people a different kind of way.
It showed that Llantwit, although we do have this reputation as doing things maybe not in the right way or the way that people would like, we do have kind of the best interest of the community at heart, and we really stood up for what we believed in, and the counter-protest really did its goal, because they were sent packing within about half an hour, I think.
There is some
pretty unique stuff going on here, and when we announced that the Llantwit Major was going to be in the tournament, they were all enthusiastic, like everybody, like from very different sides, very different magazines. They're going like, this is great, I know that they're great. And also being here in today's game, I think it's a proof of a good of a choice I made, actually.
Christmas till the first game, every league game was important. So it was a really nice distraction. And it was the first time in a while that we could just not think too much about the game. We could just go out and enjoy ourselves.
We were starting to win a few games, so things were looking a bit more optimistic in the league, and then that belief was back that we could, because I think they won the competition the previous year. So we're not here just turn up, make numbers, have fun. Say we got to play in Europe, we were here to put up a fight and really show them what we're about.
You ever think you'd be playing for Llantwit in Europe?
No.
Not a chance, no. I didn't think we'd be playing in Europe or anything kind of similar.
It was a crazy experience for probably everyone who was involved would agree with me with that. There was like 750 odd people that came down to watch the Skull game. Just crazy numbers for, Llantwit Major, but yeah, it was a pleasure to play in it, definitely.
It wasn't just like a typical Welsh League Saturday where it was wet and windy and it was, it's a day in the trenches. It was an enjoyable day in wet and windy Wales. I think we boxed clever on that in terms of not telling them that the pitch was horrendous. They all turned up in their blades, moulds, or whatever, the hard ground stuff.
It was the perfect Llantwit Major AFC day because we had the crazy weather, we had a really big crowd. We had Jamie Miller chopping someone in half an hour into the game and getting sent off.
I was stood next to Jamie when he did it, and I don't know why, but I was adamant that it wasn't a red at the time. It's always a ref's fault. It's never Jamie's fault. He wouldn't do anything silly, but watching it back, and then you straight away, we looked at it and we're like, ooh, that's why I'm not a referee or a linesman or anything like that. Yeah, it was a straight red. We were quite on top though.
It just sums up Llantwit. We're just such a gritty, never give up sort of team, going down to 10 men and just sticking out, as long as we did. And then obviously Matty getting the opener, which was my assist, may I add.
I'm sure Sean will want me to say I think he got the assist. Crossed the ball over to me, that perfectly weighted. It wasn't missed by the defender or anything. It was all to do with Sean. I think outside the boot and then just across the keeper as hard as I could.
Yeah, great finish to be fair. I give him Matty compliments, but it was good to be fair to him. It was, he took it very well.
The referee said, where did that come from? Because he's ref a few of our games. And I said, I don't know. But no, it's good. Yeah, it's good. I don't think I've felt more relieved or enjoyed many more goals than that.
It was just, it was such a good day, and I think the club really leaves it one of the best games that Llantwit's ever had in our history. Truly memorable occasion and something I'll remember forever.
It's definitely when you tell the grandkids and your kids when you're older that you played against a team from Denmark, beat them. There was a bit of feeling in that change rooms afterwards, I'll be honest, yeah, definitely. With loads of Jaeger bombs.
We're best friends, if we disagree, fuck you, and here's to me. Give me back in that shower.
We knew we had to win. That was the message. Because of Enfield beating us, there was already point swing and goal swing. The windiest I've ever seen Llantwit, and that's saying something. Yeah, you couldn't play the ball. They were struggling, we were struggling.
It's always windy here. I mean, we always say when teams complain about the wind, yeah, there's a reason there's a windmill here. But that game was ridiculous with the wind, I think it's the only time I've seen a goalkeeper take a goal kick and it go out for a corner.
They got the assist for Sean's goal. No, you won't like me saying that.
Yeah, I was the one who got the goal. Everyone says it was wind assisted. It wasn't even windy in Llantwit that day. It was definitely not a cross, I can promise you that. I did shoot, and I did score.
Second half, then they had the wind. Again, they didn't play the conditions well at all. And they got the scrappiest of goals. It was a terrible goal to concede from our point of view.
You've done so well to take it, a comfortable lead, and we held on for, so long, and then for them to pinch it, even a point, felt like a loss.
We didn't do enough in the second half to win the game, but I think it was mixed with Leroy's last appearance. He's played for the club for years and years and years. My dad came and watched and he said Leroy's the best player on the pitch. He doesn't know why he's retiring, but that also kind of maybe masked the pain a little bit. It was nice to celebrate such a loyal player and a great person.
I think with the tournament organiser Leo and this cameraman Gigi, they really embraced us.
Come on, Llantwit Major. I love you. Cheers.
We enjoyed their company. They had a good time with us, I believe, which I think led to us being invited back next year. So yeah, we're back in next year. I think we got Leo drinking too much on camera, so we just bribed him, I think. So to do what we did, yeah, we were proud of ourselves, and that was the long and short of it, really. So, yeah.
So the fun of the FENIX Trophy was gone, and then it's back to Saturday. Not enjoying it if you're losing, worrying all week. Oh, shit. We got to perform, we got to play well, we got to win, because it's the least we could do for the club that have provided so much for us. And then the performances had to match. 4 or 5 games left, and we knew we needed to win a few of them. I think we drew the next couple, and then lost in the last minute to Goitra at home, which was a killer. I don't think either team deserved to win the game, in fairness, but to concede in the 97th, 93rd, something minute, it was, really painful, and then you start to worry.
If we had gone down, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, it would have been a disaster.
It would have been unexplainable, really. It's no joke, the league below us, it's a dogfight. It would have been tough to take.
Some guys, maybe our better players, would have been offered money to go elsewhere to play, and we probably would have lost 3 or 4 guys again to teams in the Cymru South. I could see it. I didn't really admit to too many people. I thought if Llantwit go down, I don't want to be dramatic, but it could be the end of it for a good few seasons. And I could see it.
We're going into Carmarthen away, knowing that it's going to be on the line. Carmarthen in particular, one of the best teams in the league.
We were 3 points ahead of Pontardawe and a 6-goal advantage. We were thinking 6 goals sounds a lot, but against them, Pontardawe knew what they had to do.
In a way, it would have had to been a catastrophe because of just the goal difference, but it was, it's feasible if you concede 1. And then Pontardawe get the tails up, or Carmarthen, who were in a very good side, just smell blood, and it could have easily happened.
It's not over, boys. It's by no means over. We still have a job to do. Regardless of what happens elsewhere. I don't want to be on the bench waiting to hear about another game. That's not us.
Don't give them any fucking respect. That's our strength. We tune up to these games because we don't give a fuck. We're the underdogs, yeah?
There's a massive fucking fear today that we are going down. But instead of fucking falling to that, we're going to use that to fucking drive us. We have fucking argued with each other this year, but more importantly, we fucking go around each other when things are going fucking bad and fucking good. So let's make sure today's a fucking good day. for ourselves and for this fucking club. Yeah? But we got a fucking graph from 1 to fucking 16. The fucking staff, everybody starts fucking now. Go on.
Chances. I'm up there.
It was meant to be again at Llantwit. We were flying the last day. We knew what we had to do from our point of view as well, and it was one of the best performances we've had all season.
I make it 2-0. Yeah, Tweedy put a good ball over the top into space. I run onto it, which, you know, I enjoy doing, and yeah, happy to make it 2-0, and then, you know, start to feel really, really relieved.
It was amazing. Everything was just going our way. They didn't have a sniff, and when the third goal goes in, it's job done. We're okay now. And we come off the pitch thinking, actually, what were we worried about? we were miles away in the end. We didn't even finish one above the relegation. All the years that I've played football, I've never been in that situation. Looking back at it, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but it was a bit like, I'm glad I went through it as well. And in a weird way, it kind of brings you together closer when you're in that sort of situation. It sounds a bit cheesy.
What a weight off the shoulders, and if I'm honest, I don't think you celebrated enough because you all deserve it, and now the weight's off the shoulders, you're really very excited next year.
Like I said, if we're not having fun, if we're not being stupid, what we do in here, yeah, there's a lot at stake with regards to, you know, people put a lot of time and money into this club, but again, Llantwit, if you're not enjoying yourself, what's the point of being here? So we'll always have that, I think. We'll always have the stupid, the fun, the misfits and scumbags. That's just part of our culture, I think. So yeah, we'll never stop that. So.
Llantwit get battered, everywhere they go. Llantwit get battered, everywhere they go.
You know, if we stay up, what are you doing with that then?
What are you going to do with that? If we stay up, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do with
that
that then? Where's it going?
Where's it going? What are you going to do with it if we stay up?
Let us know, yeah?
Straight on ITV.
You follow us around for months. What are you going to do with it?
Now we've done the hard bit.
What are you going to do with it?
Where's it going? What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that?
Put it wherever you want. Put it wherever you want.
Just send me a copy. Yeah?
I'm doing a Miller Fowl compilation. I am.
Just don't get my shots in.
What about red cards and phones?
You got a red card.
Nothing else in it.
Yeah, I know.